Hello everyone, welcome to the British version of Gone with the Wind, where today we'll be talking about the BAFTA nominations. Cue the music. Hello, welcome to the BBC News. I'm your host. No, I'm Manning. Hi everyone, I'm Manning Franks here with your wonderful... Wow, we have a lot of people on this panel today. This is the most we've had in a single panel. We're going to see how utterly terrible or how utterly amazing this is going to be. Welcome to the podcast, Gone with the Wind, the show about award shows where we kind of dissect all the things in movie news pertaining to the Oscars. And now today, specifically, the BAFTAs, because I love the BAFTAs. I don't know why. Literally, I never watch the nominations because it happens in the middle of the night. But here we are. And we have one of the OGs, Abe.
Hi. Am I supposed to say something? Not sure.
You don't have to.
Okay.
At this point, it just kind of like becomes this thing of, will Abe say something this week?
Yeah, you know who I'm. I didn't watch anything, honestly. Oh, well, I watched Sex Education on Netflix all last night. And I really like it. It's a series. It's really good. I mean, you guys watch it?
Nope. I don't watch
It's really good.
And we have Malcolm.
Hi.
Okay. And Ryan.
Hey guys, welcome back to another week.
Thank you, Ryan. Leaving me hanging out here to dry, guys. And we have a special guest to die. I have an Australian accent. To die of a special guest.
Yes.
It's way too late. I don't know why. Oh, the schedule's killing me. We have Avi, guys.
Hello. Yes.
Special guest we're bringing on today. This guy knows what he's talking about when it comes to movies. Last year, or was the year before that, we did like a Oscar breakdown type of thing. One of those years.
And last year, but you weren't on it.
Oh yeah, I was not because
you have a life.
I'm trying to balance it. And yeah, but we have a big gang here today. We're going to be specifically talking regarding BAFTAs, the DGA nominations, and a couple guilds that came out last week that we missed. But before we get into that, we're going to run down some of the films that we have seen this past week. And boy, do I know I have something to talk about. Before we get into that, Abe, you said you watched Sex Education?
It's a TV series on Netflix.
Yes, but anything else?
I rewatched Creed 2, and I like it less. We watched that.
Okay.
There's not anything else playing near me that it's important.
We're getting to that part of the season.
Yeah. What do you want me to watch? Second act? I don't like Jay.
Whoa! I mean, okay, but wow,
That's fine.
I mean,
What? How dare you?
Are you a big Jennifer Lopez fan?
No,
man?
I said that.
dare you?
Then I'm like, wait a minute, I don't care. Why am I reacting like that? Like literally, I don't have an opinion.
Knee-jerk reaction.
I know, it's kind of like I've gotten to this point now where I'm ready for Abe to say something. I'm gonna be like, oh, but now I'm just realizing my actions is an overreaction.
Bro, Suspiria is playing, but it's 3 hours. I'm not gonna watch that shit.
Oh yeah. Wait, the movie's 3 hours, or it's 3 hours away?
Yeah, it's 3 hours. It's 2 hours and 32 minutes. 3 hours.
Oh, I'm not watching that. Oh god.
Yeah.
No, but you mentioned also you watched a movie where you saw again and you liked it less. Creed 2,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I rewatched another movie this week. Roma. I don't like it as much as I did. It's slowly yeah. It's still good. It's still good. But the more I watch it, the more I just become like bored.
Mhm.
I'm feeling the disconnect is even stronger. Like I see the craftsmanship and I'm appreciating where it's going in the direction. It just feels the more I think about it, the more I just have this disconnect between the characters. And I'm not sure that's how the screenplay is non-existent. Let's be real here. The screenplay is not the strongest suit.
Mm-hmm.
The strongest suit is the cinematography, the editing, the directing, and then Delicia's performance. Did I say it right? Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm just going to stick with that. I'm never going to touch her last name again. Because Lord knows I can't do it. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. It's a good film. Not amazing, but I love Quran, so the man can do whatever he wants, and I'll watch it. But no, that's one of them I saw. Malcolm, what did you see?
I saw a couple of movies. I finally got around to seeing Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
So good.
Good
job.
It's so good. And it's one of those ones which you have to see multiple times to catch every single Easter egg, because you can't. There's only so much you can pick up on the first watch, but it was great. It was like the voice acting was brilliant. It was just like watching a moving comic book, which is the style that they wanted.
Oh yeah,
I just found it really good.
I know, right?
Mhm.
But I still think about it. It's still in my top 10. I
Yeah.
adore that movie.
And the other one that I saw, it's just recently come onto Netflix. It's called The Last Laugh. It's got Richard Dreyfuss and Chevy Chase. Like Chevy Chase plays a agent, and Richard Dreyfuss is playing a retired stand-up comedian who comes out of retirement to do one last stand-up act, and sort of like a nice road trip. It's got a good story and just a nice movie. So,
Is it a Netflix original type of thing?
yeah. Only
I had-
yeah. I think it's just been come on like within the last week. So,
Okay, I did not know it existed until you mentioned this. So note to self. Wow, Richard Dreyfuss is a lot older than I. I'm looking at a picture now. Okay, wow, that is not the Jaws guy I remembered. But
he wasn't exactly young in 1975.
that
he
is
was
true.
young. He's not super young.
Wait, was he? How old was he in 1975? I need to check that up. Now.
44 years younger than he'd be today.
This is true. Ryan, what else have you? Well, not what else. What have you seen this week?
I saw 2 documentaries and 2 narrative feature films.
Whew.
On the documentary side, I saw Sandy Tan's Netflix documentary Sharkers, which was good, but not as good as I thought it was going to be, because I was sold a really big bill of goods, and I'm just starting to realize I don't really care about artists that much.
Oh,
And artists' craziness.
we've had a lot of artist crazy stuff. I feel like the past couple of years. I don't know, craziness for the sake of art and stuff.
And like, it's fine. It's a perfectly fine documentary, and it's kind of interesting, but I just kind of didn't care. So there was that, and then I saw 3 Identical Strangers last night.
How was it?
It was good. It takes quite a turn. I was not fully ready for where that was going. I was like, okay, interesting.
Oh, now I gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's good. I would recommend it. It's a very watchable documentary. It's kind of short. It's only like an hour and a half. So definitely it was worth the watch. And then on the narrative feature side, I saw 2 movies that I actually really liked. I saw Clint Eastwood's The Mule.
Oh,
Which I thought was particularly good.
wow, Abe. That was a.
Fine. I like it too.
Oh, you did. I thought you thought you didn't like it.
Oh no, it's racist a little bit, but like I like it.
All right.
It wasn't. I mean, it was, but like also, like he gets told off for his racism.
Yeah. He's so charismatic. Like, I don't care. You can call me whatever you want.
Well, he's a bit racist, and then someone's like, "You shouldn't say that," and he's like, "Okay." And then they move on their merry way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was like a nice, like, and I thought that like Clint Eastwood was really good, and I thought Bradley Cooper was really good in that movie. Low key performance. And then finally, I saw Mary Queen of Scots, which was also really good and kind of an underrated movie. Although I think that what people don't like about it is that it's like very like, oh, I'm this person of this person, and you're sort of expected to know who that is.
Mm.
And if you don't follow the monarchs of the British Isles with a fair bit of precision, there's a lot of confusion to be had.
So you're saying if I don't know who Mary Queen of Scots is, I'm not gonna do good.
I'm saying it's a hurdle.
Okay, all right. I mean, I know
Like,
who she is. I'm just saying.
This is written by the guy who wrote the American version of House of Cards. Like, this is
the thing that turned me was not the guy. You said the guy wrote this. But the guy wrote the American version. There's a non-American version.
Yeah, it's a British show first.
Yeah.
House of Cards was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
How did you just find this
It's a
out?
British TV show before it was an American TV show.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, okay. I know you're serious. More of me like being like, no way. How did I not know this? I mean, I don't watch the show, but it's like, wow.
But anyways, there are two very like I don't know why like I get the Margot Robbie love, and I'm glad that the SAGs have recognized her, or at least thrown her a token nomination because she's very good as Elizabeth. What I don't understand is why Saoirse Ronan gets nominated for like kind of a dog shit movie with Brooklyn, and then
literal knee-jerk reaction where I'm
and
like,
then like a decent movie with Lady Bird, but doesn't get nominated for this performance. I'm like, this is far better of a performance than both of those two, and I'm just a little perplexed by the relationship between awards bodies and Saoirse Ronan.
well, Brooklyn does not deserve that shade, dear sir. Wow. I mean, okay. But moving right along. All right. So, we have our special guest today. So, Avi, what did you see?
I actually finally got like a day off my job, and I got to see a movie. If Beale Street Could Talk, and it was my favorite thing of the year.
Yes. Good choice.
Yes, but Moonlight was also my favorite of 2016. So he's just Barry Jenkins is just a talented person. Yes, good movie. I was saying how I've never been this captivated by a movie in like quite some time. I like forgot I was watching a movie for a second, and it was just like I was so just like entranced, and I put it as it's just a hauntingly beautiful movie. And like, everyone just needs to go out and see it because it's so good. And it's a shame that it might miss Best Picture nominations. Like the fact that like the Golden Globes completely didn't even nominate Bertel's score is just like just horrible.
Amen. There is a day where it goes 0 at the Academy Awards. There is a day where that could happen.
If Regina misses because she misses SAG.
She also missed BAFTA, but we're gonna get into that a little later.
Also, what's it called? Your opinion on Roma? I had that the first time I saw it. I like it. You know what? It reminds me of I don't know if this is going to be sacrilege. I don't know if everyone loves this. It reminded me of Phantom Thread. How I felt after watching that, where I was just like, yes, it's technically well made, but I don't connect with this at all. Like, I don't know, maybe that makes me a bad film fan or something for not understanding the cinematic achievements of it.
Well, see, I would agree with you, but I have not seen Phantom Thread. It skipped me when it came out. So
watch Phantom Thread.
I know.
I agree with Ryan.
That
movie is so good.
I just remember posting. I just remember posting that like I found Phantom Thread fine, but it's cool if other people liked it. And then everyone was just like, you need to educate yourself on every other Paul Thomas Anderson movie before you're allowed to have an opinion on this movie.
I see. I've only seen like 2 Paul Thomas Anderson. He's not a filmmaker that I actively go out to see. I don't know why. It's just kind of like been like, I need to rectify that.
His filmography is really interesting. It's actually it's a nice filmography. I watched it all in order. And it's actually a really nice filmography to watch in order.
Huh. He did Boogie Nights, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's so good too.
That's number 2. That's like his second film.
What was his first again?
Hard 8, which nobody has seen.
I'm about to say nope.
Also, if we're talking about TV shows I watched over the last week, if I could mention
it quick. Abe, you're not supposed to talk about TV shows.
No. I saw the season premiere of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I watched The Masked Singer, which is the greatest thing ever.
That thing.
On Fox or whatever. I think it's Fox.
That thing. Okay.
To tie this into the Critics' Choice Awards, I did start watching The Crown.
Yes.
Good job.
I can talk about The Crown all day. I'm here for that. But this is not. But I can't because I'm gonna break my own rule. This is not a TV show. This is a movie show. I'm gonna fire myself if I keep pertaining to TV.
I'm never gonna be allowed on here again after.
I would say no. Abe started it. You know, I'm just gonna fire everybody. We're gonna start over. We're gonna make this TV show related podcast. So let's talk about those Emmys, guys. No. Anyway, I don't know anything about VMAs. I'm going to be honest.
I know Mulaney's stand-up special one, and that's the only thing I cared about.
I don't know what that is.
John Mulaney? You don't know John Mulaney?
Oh, John. Okay, John Mulaney, the comedian dude. Yeah,
Yes.
I listened to him like one time.
He's so good. Okay, whatever.
But regardless, yeah, I watched. I literally just saw this today. I wanted to go see something else, and after I've seen this, I've seen all the major players, and that is Vice.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, what did you say last week? There was something you said regarding. Well, you hated it, obviously, of course.
Yeah, it's my least favorite movie of the year. Like,
oh, literally the least.
I hate this movie
with a passion. And Abe, you liked it ish?
I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you like it a lot?
Yeah, time has been good in the Vice.
Well, maybe time will be good for this one because I'm agreeing more with Ryan in this regard. See, I'm going to talk about the positives real quick. Okay, say what you will. I love the editing. The editing, I thought, very snappy, very quick, very interesting. It kept me, I would have been, I don't want to say walked out of the movie, but whatever it is, the direction that McKay had with the editing kept me engaged. It was very creative, something that people aren't doing often. It was a risk that I thought worked, but I also like the editing in The Big Short most of the time, so it's a very an acquired taste. I know a lot of people don't like that. I just see it and I see something fresh and exciting that I don't see much in dramas. And then also the performances of Christian Bale as Dick Cheney. While caricature in some moments, the transformation he physically goes through and provides and what he's given with, I thought he did an excellent job with that. Excellent job. And Amy Adams, with what she was given as well, disappears once again into the role. And there are some really nice shots too. And that's about it. This screenplay is a hot mess. This screenplay is a hot mess. And yeah, most of the characters are caricatures. This was very much, there was, I don't, listen. McKay said, I don't want this to be a left-leaning propaganda type of thing, he said. And I'm like, okay, I went in with an open mind, and I'm over here just kind of like, you're not helping, McKay. You are not helping whatsoever. And I get it. You had a message just to send that, but at least give me a movie that, at least tries to tell some sort of a story. This was a movie with a message. And I'm just hopefully, although I will say the good thing that came out of this, I now am more interested about this time period and want to now actively learn more. So now I'm going to go out and start doing some research for myself because I don't want this to be gospel for that time period. Of course, it's a movie. They're going to take liberties with some things. But now they encourage me to go out and actually look. It's a movie that's like a 2-star film, in my opinion. Some good things, and then there's some really bad things with a movie that has no heart and no soul, just kind of a entertainment value with a very strong message that does not, what's the word I'm looking for? That's very blatant in what it wants to get out there for you, which I'm okay with, but not to the extent of how it portrays the film, as most people are caricatures with one single goal, and it's uninteresting completely. But yeah, no, that's what I feel regarding it. Has everyone on here seen Vice?
Yes.
I haven't.
Okay, welcome. The mid credit scene is the worst thing ever.
It's the greatest.
Oh,
I have to agree with that. That left a sour taste. Like, really, you needed to put that there?
Yeah, that was like the biggest
It doesn't work.
I loved it.
that was the biggest let's just hammer the nail. Let's hammer the nail into the coffin right now.
I loved it.
Oh boy, we'll get into all that stuff later. But I also saw Leave No Trace, with the follow-up to Winter's Bone, which I really, really enjoyed. This movie was it was different. It's not what I expected in the slightest, but what the story was told. But Thomasin McKenzie is fantastic. She is fantastic, and I wish she was getting more. Malcolm's excited. New Zealand love over here. Thomasin McKenzie is fantastic. Ben Foster, tragically underrated as always. One day he'll get something, anything. One day. It hurts my soul thinking about that. But no, they are amazing. It's a very quiet movie. It's nothing that's overtly flashy. It's a very intimate tale that I thought is something that really hit me and stuck with me, because basically this girl is going through an abusive relationship to a way. This father is trying, but he's at the detriment of his daughter, what they're doing. And it's just wonderful duality about parenting, about family, about, this kind of life in general. It's really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Made me tear up a little bit at the end because, man, that's a powerful ending. Powerful ending. Who's seen Leave No Trace? Just so I have an idea, because I don't want to spoil.
I've seen it.
Ryan's definitely seen it. Nope.
I
Well,
have.
it is on Amazon Prime if you guys have it, so definitely go check that out. Some really great imagery there. Although I kept thinking while this is happening, I'm like, this is like a reverse Captain Fantastic. It's like literally like happening in reverse what some things transpired. So I found that really funny in a way, because I love
movie.
You're talking to someone who loves Captain Fantastic, so
I know.
I won't say one's better than the other. They're both better. They're both great in different ways because they have different.
Year? There was one that was last year
was there?
too. That was like this as well.
Wait, are you serious? Really?
Yeah. No, the past few years have had these like weird like family living off the grid movies.
Brigsby Bear? Is it Brigsby Bear? That's what I compared. I compared Captain Fantastic to Brigsby Bear for some reason.
I'm trying to think now.
I think it's because they were both outside.
Because they were both outside.
Yes.
I'm about to say, if that's the case, then like
any movie.
Roma, I guess, is outside. So
sure. There were forests and trees.
I'm just thinking of something. I don't know.
That didn't come out in 2017.
True.
No, I mean like if you're talking about movies that are outside, we can say any movie is outside.
Yeah.
In 2017, while Ryan is thinking about that and contemplating, those are the movies we have seen this week, those that have stuck out to us individually, and we're going to keep seeing a bit more, but those are kind of like the big ones that we've seen. Hopefully, some of them will keep coming out in Malcolm's direction so he can catch up before the Oscars, because New Zealand, get on it. New Zealand, get on it. But wait, you have How to Train Your Dragon coming out earlier, don't you?
It's already out.
Of course it is. Okay,
it came out on New Year's Day here.
Wait, seriously? Wow. Okay.
They get a lot of animation stuff earlier, it seems.
Well, congratulations. Enjoy it.
Not always. Sometimes we get animation stuff late. Because quite often they want to make sure the animation sort of falls around school holidays here. So.
Oh. I'm getting educated.
That's what they do in Germany and like in most of European countries, like they open in March and stuff. Haven't you noticed that before? Yeah, like Rick and Ralph hasn't opened like I think in Germany and France, places like that.
Oh, wow! Is that Abe? What do you have?
Soda
in a wine glass?
Oh, well, I don't know. Yeah, it's a wine glass.
Fancy. Abe is living large right now, guys. But while Abe is living large, we're going to run directly right into some of the precursors that we have. And before we get into the BAFTA nominations, we had some recent critic wins come out for the Critics' Choice. Did you guys watch that live?
Yeah, I watched some of it. Yes.
Yeah,
I watched it partially live.
Okay, I did not because I was at work. What are some of the things that you guys took away from that? What were some of the highlights that you guys saw?
Lady Gaga's speech, I loved it.
Which one?
There were two ties.
Her tie for the tie.
Her tie one. Okay, because I know she won for Shallow. I need to listen to that speech now.
Yeah, just like the piano comment where she's like, I could still do the speech even with the piano background. Like it starts playing her off. It was great.
Oh, I love it when that happens. I.e., they have to fight the piano.
No, it was awkwardly rushed.
Yeah.
Spike Lee looked like he was not having these jokes.
Oh, yeah,
he looked like he was like, I'm not having this.
When Tay Diggs is right by him and he's doing the
But even when he was singing the song about black people at the start of the show,
I didn't see that.
This is a thing. There was a song about black people. Also, apparently Hispanics are also sort of black people, according to the song. So it's all right, cool. It's kind of weird, but sure. And Spike Lee just looked like he was not having it. He's like, I'm having none of this. Which I thought was kind of
that's his face a lot of the time. He's just kind of
looks low-key pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The cast of The Favorite was just not there.
Wait, the entire cast?
Yeah, no one from The Favorite was there.
And it won, but it won an ensemble.
Yeah.
Did
Wow. Spoiler.
Crazy Rich Asians won an award? I don't. It was an interesting night.
All right. So speaking of the Critics' Choice Awards, we are going to go through some of the winners. I'm going to go through some of just the movies because this is not a TV podcast, as we've established.
Put down the remote, pick up the money to go buy a movie ticket.
There you go. Can't you watch Netflix and now?
Or use AMC A-list and then just pay beforehand.
Or either one. Oh wait, how was Taye Diggs or Ty, whatever his name is?
Hey,
He was funnier than Sandra Oh and Andy Samberg.
Aw.
But it wasn't.
Well,
but that's a very low bar.
yeah, I mean,
It's not a big hurdle.
Mm.
I think the Oscars going with no host is probably the right choice.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to announce that, guys. The Oscars don't have a host, like literally.
Yay.
So Malcolm, I guess you won, maybe, because we had for those of you who know, mentioned last week at the end, we had a bet for when they're going to announce the host. I said Christmas time. Abe said New Year's. Malcolm said by nominations.
I say Chinese New Year.
Well, either way, you're wrong. Malcolm won. Yeah, no, I don't know how. Was it 1989, right? With last time they did it without?
Yeah. I looked. I think how they did it last time. I think they had a few A-list celebrities sort of separate the night out, like, and host sort of specific parts of it. I don't know.
Well, I'm excited to see how this turns out. What are our thoughts on this turn of events?
Well, isn't there a host? Wasn't there something about the Avengers are going to be like reuniting on the?
Is that confirmed?
Well,
It's a rumor.
so they're not the host, but
Okay.
they're a draw.
Okay.
So they're going to do that, but that's only because ABC wants the draw of being able to say the Avengers are uniting. Like, but they're not hosting. They're just going to be
Assemble, right?
Yeah.
Assemble.
Yeah, they're
They're
assembling.
assembling.
Well, they're all dead.
Aw.
Oh, hey, they're half dead.
No, not all of them.
All my friends are dead.
I'm wondering,
guy's sad.
are the dead Avengers going to show up?
Yes.
They can't. No. Once they die in Avengers, they can't show their faces until next year. So they're hiding right now.
Clearly, these people were turned to ash.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Will Brie
the
Larson
actual
show up?
actors were turned to ash.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's it.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do a joke open with
Oh,
just
gosh,
Kevin Hart on stage and all of a sudden he just turns to dust.
Oh, they would.
Yeah, I'm sure that will look much better on TV than live. They just turned it
I mean,
out.
Kevin Hart's in his like foot and mouth tour at the moment.
Yeah, he is. Oof. Oof.
I watched his interview he did with Ellen when she talked about it. I mean, the way he was talking about it, it made me wish that he did that Alan did change his mind to
Or something, right? He just, I don't know. It just like every time, it does not. Every time he apologizes, it just gets worse. Like, and it's not like he just seems so disingenuous. If it's me, like,
And like the Ellen thing was such a bust because like it made it seem like he's gonna actually be hosting after all, and then a day later he's just like nah.
I feel like they were just trying to see if they could. I don't know. I don't.
Waters.
Honestly, I would love to like a behind the scenes like book about the Academy.
You know what they were trying to do?
What?
They were trying to see if he could get a gay person to support him, if that was going to change the tone of things.
Yeah,
You're right.
And then
That's
the gays
right.
weren't having it
yeah, that's exactly
when
what
that
happened.
happened. And then Academy was like, "Uh-oh, this didn't work."
Backfire.
Mhm.
Well, at this point, it was for the best because I don't think he would have been the best host for the Academy Awards, in my opinion.
Nah.
Yeah, I wanted them to get Kumail Nanjiani, but
yeah.
That would have been funny because he did.
I mean, I think if they pair Kevin up with the what, having that duo could be interesting, but having Kevin on his own, sort of maybe not.
No, but I say Kevin's not going anywhere near the Academy Awards for a while, at least until this icy water. Anyway, we're gonna move right along to the Critics' Choice Awards. I'm gonna quickly go through some of these. Best Foreign Language Film winner. Do I need to say it at this point?
Roma.
There we go. Best song, Shallow. Best
Yay.
best score, First Man. Yes. Like I'm just gonna say real quick, loving this resurgence.
I prefer Beale Street, but whatever.
Oh, Beale Street's Beale Street's like super close. They're like 1 and 2. I talked last week. They're like super close. I'm
They were
okay with
close in
whatever.
the Gold Derby odds also.
Yeah, so I love them both. Best actress in a comedy, Olivia Colman. The Favorite, Queen Anne.
Sure.
I can get behind that.
No, Elsie. I'm so mad Elsie's not going to get any awards love for like medical stuff.
But to be continued. Best actor in a comedy, Christian Bale. Vice is Dick Cheney. Best comedy, Crazy Rich Asians, beating out The Favorite, Game Night, Deadpool 2, Death of Stalin.
You know,
I'm okay with that. I love
Game
Crazy Rich
Night's
Asians.
amazing though. But,
I still need to see Game Night.
It's so good.
Best sci-fi horror movie, A Quiet Place. Nice.
Woo! That was awesome.
Annihilation. Well, I can get behind Quiet Place. It's like a couple things below Annihilation for me personally, so I can get behind it. Best action movie, Mission Impossible: Fallout.
Yes.
Yeah.
Loving it. Best animated feature, Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
Best visual effects, Black Panther.
Whatever.
It's a little bit of a weird pick. That's like the worst thing about Black Panther.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is I don't know. Like
So-
you had Infinity War. Like you had First Man. You had
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One.
You
Exactly.
had Mission Impossible Fallout or Mary Poppins
did.
Returns. You literally could have picked anything but.
I don't know. I'm just hoping this isn't a repeat later. But we'll get into that later.
Actually, can I say one thing?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, what's it called? I did the they've only had this category 9 times at the Critics' Choice, and the Oscars have only matched up with them 5 times. So I don't think.
Well, Panther's getting nominated, I think. That's a given.
I just don't know if it's gonna win automatically.
Well, good. I'm just hoping, because usually the thing that's nominated a lot is just gonna kind of sweeps when it comes to tech wise. But there's also First Man there, which we'll get into a bit later. Best hair and makeup, Vice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Best costume design, Black Panther. I can get behind that Black Panther win.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that I could. Yeah.
Best editing, First Man.
Woo! We get one more step closer to the 3
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Best production design, Black Panther. Yes.
Sure.
Best cinematography, Roma.
Yes.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Adapted screenplay, If Beale Street Could Talk. This was a big shock because I did not
That's
think
That's a great win.
that's a great win.
Might get the Oscar, but they only match up half the time.
At this point, I'm just hoping for a nomination.
Yeah.
Original screenplay, First Reform, Paul Schrader.
That's
Wow.
interesting. That's an interesting one.
It's like literally, it's not showing up anywhere else except the critics.
I wonder if it gets an Oscar nom.
We will see. Acting ensemble, the people that were not there. The Favorite.
Yeah.
Best young actor, actress. Would you like to care to say, Avi?
Elsie Fisher.
From 8th grade. Yeah. See, she got something.
Yeah.
Super awkward speech, but
I didn't hear it. I'll have to hear it. Yeah.
I'll have to go back and look at that. How awkward was it?
it was just like really short, and she didn't thank very many people. and she
Was
just
it
kinda
8th
like-
grade level awkward?
Did she say Gucci at any point?
Oh, she should have. She should.
No, she didn't.
Mm.
I don't know.
Missed
It was cute, but a little awkward.
All right. Best supporting actress, Regina King.
Yeah.
This is
Mm.
pause. Interesting. She's also everything she's been nominated for, she's won.
Mhm.
So that means BAFTA and SAG. Is this something that is going to remain in a vacuum? Does she have a shot at the Oscar still, or is this like dead after the BAFTA thing? Well, you know what? We'll get into that. I'm getting ahead of myself. This is good for her.
Is there anyone that's kind of had this trajectory in previous years where they missed half but then won the other half, missed completely?
I read an article that they were comparing Regina King to Sylvester Stallone.
That's
Oh,
what I was
She
thinking.
wins everything. She doesn't get
What I
nominated
heard
for
was,
BAFTA, and she loses the Oscar at the
I see
which
that.
is what I want.
What I'm actually seeing right now, because she missed that. People are comparing Regina King to Marcia Gay Harden Pollock, but she missed the SAG and Miss Globe and Miss BAFTA and still won the Oscar.
I would say that was that was a while ago though. That was
Yeah. True.
that was
Mhm.
was that in the early 90s or
2001.
that's 2001. Pollock
Yeah.
was 2001.
The Pollock was 2000. It was the.
Oh yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, wow. I thought that was Feels like a 90. Well, I guess it's close enough to be a 90 movie.
She might
Best
still win.
supporting actor. Mahershala Ali.
I don't like
Green
it.
Another
Book.
super awkward speech.
Because he doesn't want to win.
He just took the piano guy and was like, "This guy's my co-star." Viggo was just like, "What the fuck?" And he sounded like he was like stoned or drunk or something. I don't know. It was really awkward.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's going to be really awkward if we keep doing this.
I hope
But-
he wins the Oscar and then just like calls out like the historical inaccuracies.
I just hope that he doesn't, and they actually
Yeah,
give it
true.
to like, I don't know, Sam Elliott, just so he can have one, and we can be all happy and be like, "Yay, Sam Elliott has an Oscar."
So has anybody like mentioned? I mean, I don't know much about the actual story, but has anybody like other than this guy's supposedly estranged family been kind of butthurt about the historical bits of this movie?
I would just be butthurt because it's not that good of a movie.
That's fine, but that's not the question though.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
Yeah, no,
I
I
don't-
don't think anyone else.
No, I have literally the outrage is only what I've heard from the family, and
But the family would know the best, probably.
I don't know. I guess the more problematic things come from
I mean,
guess,
the movie
like,
kind
how-
of cuts them out. It kind of
it does.
I think the movie's kind of saying like this guy's family wasn't a part of his life, and
Or they're also saying they weren't really kind of a part of production, so we're not going to try to portray them in an accurate way.
Mm.
I mean, because they seemed like they didn't have anything to do with this, like at all,
Mhm.
like either his life or the movie.
yeah.
And now we're gonna have a tie for
Mm.
Best Actress for Glenn Close, The Wife, and Lady Gaga, A Star Is Born. Discuss.
That's the race.
Yeah, I
I
think
agree.
it's
Yeah.
whoever wins SAG wins the Oscar, basically. Is what
No.
I would say.
That was because that was shocking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I honestly can see Olivia Colman coming up and winning BAFTA, and so us being thrown off completely. But I can also see Glenn Close taking BAFTA because she's a
Yeah.
respected.
Mm.
Or they can go Lady Gaga. You know what? At this point- What was that, Abe?
That the movie takes place in. Oh no, it's in Sweden. What am I thinking? Scotland.
Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't see
I have a
The Wife.
has anyone here seen The Wife? I saw it back in like August.
I did.
Uh,
I
No,
read-
because it didn't come out here, and it's not.
Yeah. I saw it back in August. When it's decent. Glenn Close saves the movie.
Yeah,
It
it's Glenn
finally-
Close movie.
It finally
There's
comes
no
to
Glenn Close
VOD
film
on the
movie.
22nd. So
Yeah. I'm actually excited because I actually got to like see something before like a lot of people because I just saw it when
Was-
it came out.
Yeah.
Was anyone else good in it, Abe, besides?
Yeah, gosh, not really. I mean, Jonathan Pryce is fine. No, Glenn Close really does save the movie.
Yeah.
She's
I mean-
bit
I mean-
surprised.
I mean, the other one is, could this be another year where there's a tie at the Oscars? Because last time there was an acting tie in the acting category. It was 69 between Barbara Streisand and Katharine Hepburn.
With
so-
that many voters, I don't think it'd be a tie.
They're gonna have to be very, very.
Like, I don't
close.
know how many people vote at critics, at the Critics' Choice.
I don't know either.
440.
400.
Wait,
yeah,
really?
it's not like it's not as many as
440.
the Oscars. Yes,
Yeah.
it's not as many.
Really?
As that. Okay.
yeah,
I
Is that
doubt it'd be a
stat
tie.
just out there, Ryan? Or
they said it at the show yesterday.
oh, well, it shows how I didn't watch it. And that's not a diss to the show. I just didn't have the time.
Yeah.
So, if you had to call it right now, who do you think wins the Oscar for Best Actress?
Glenn Close.
Yeah, I'm about to say at this point, Glenn Close because she has the narrative.
I think Close as well. But if Gaga wins SAG, then I'd probably say.
Oh yeah.
She's not winning SAG.
Yeah.
You're gonna bet money on that, Abe?
Yeah, because
I think it's-
like Glenn Close is an actress and Gaga is like an outsider. And I don't think actors like that. Like in any profession, you don't want a new one winning.
Yeah.
Just sort of
Oh,
nowhere.
Can I say something briefly off topic?
Hmm?
I watched
ahead.
the first. It's not like for some reason the Hollywood Reporter has been really stingy about their roundtables this year.
Oh
and they
yeah.
released their first it's a 15-minute conversation with 4 cinematographers.
Mhm.
and
Actually,
at one
they released that. They released the director's one today.
did they
No.
Mm.
Yeah,
like the full hour?
yeah, the full hour.
Oh,
I haven't
perfect.
watched.
Thank you, Abe. Whatchamacallit? But anyways, and then at one point the moderator asks him like, "Well, what do you think of directors who just don't think they need you and shoot movies themselves, like Cuarón and Paul Thomas Anderson?"
Oh my gosh. That actually. So have you heard this? Have you heard this thing that Roma actually had a DP and Cuarón just like took the credit?
Wait, what?
Yes,
What?
that's what I hear. Was it? Hang on.
I don't believe that, but
Wasn't
okay.
it Gallo Alvarez? So, okay, there's an article that was posted March 15th saying explore the cinematography of Alfonso Cuarón's new DP Gallo Alvarez, but now whenever you like check the credits like for the movie, it's Cuarón's taking the credit basically.
Didn't he like? I thought someone was set and then they left.
Oh, it could be that. I don't know. I heard like in a different like Facebook group I was in, but I don't know how trustworthy it is that it was like he just took the credit basically.
I'd be very surprised by that.
Considering his level of like, this guy knows how to shoot. So
yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say on the Glenn Close thing, someone did compare it. It'd be like when she lost to Cher. It'd just be her losing to another singer.
Oh,
Oh.
that's sad.
So that's that narrative.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do that, right?
I think that Lady Gaga has a better chance of winning the Oscar than she does the SAG.
Mm-hmm. SAG's too respectful.
I can get behind that. All right. Anyway, Best Actor: Christian Bale as Dick Cheney in Vice. I honestly thought it would be Malik just because, but no.
Oh, I just loved it, just like twisting the knife.
Yeah.
It should have been Bradley Cooper still.
Yeah.
Poor man.
No, it should have been Ryan Gosling.
Was he nominated? Oh, he was.
I think he was nominated at the Critics' Choice, and that's
He
why-
was.
Because they have like 7 nominees.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean,
don't know.
I think at this point, it's definitely going to be between Rami and Bale for the Oscar.
I still think Bradley has a chance.
I don't think
Bradley would need to win the
Rami's,
SAG. Like that's
Yeah.
Rami won the Globe, but I don't know that he's as in this race as people think he is.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, well, especially not the acting side. I think directing, he's got probably a slightly better chance. I mean, even though Cuarón is probably going to be nominated and probably win,
See,
I think that's probably where Cooper maybe get that in there.
I think Cuarón's about to sweep, like
He's gonna sweep the
directing.
shit out of this race.
Oh yeah, directing easily.
With his
Yeah.
baller Tom Ford glasses, just like,
Oh man, look at that guy. He's so stylish. That white hair. That.
Although in saying that, was Cuarón winning most of the director things for Gravity, but lost the Oscar? Or
No, he won the
Won
Oscar.
the Oscar. He swept too, like Iñárritu and Del Toro. They also like, and also he has Del Toro campaigning for him. Have you guys read his thread about breaking down Roma shots?
I have it saved. I've been meaning to read it.
Oh, would you like to read it to everybody?
Yeah.
Do you want me to read it on the show?
There's like 13 tweets, 10. I don't know.
Oh, oh, jeez.
13. Yeah, it's way too long. Let's continue with the.
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
You should read it. Manning might cut it, but you should read it.
I say, well, tell us after. Well, let us know. Here, pick the best one while I finish this off. The best tweet that he did. Like, pick the one you really like. Okay, well, never mind. Let's do it after we record it.
Yes.
All right. So, best director. Speaking of the man himself, Alfonso Cuarón, Roma.
Woo-hoo.
And then best picture, Roma.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense because Roma had been winning
Critics.
like a lot of critics awards like from certain cities. So
Yeah.
it just and it's amazing.
It checks out.
A
Yeah,
Star
critics-
is born, it's fading, and I just don't like it.
well, it's not dead yet.
I think it needs to win either the PGA or SAG.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if it doesn't, like, then it's dead.
yeah,
I'm not dead yet.
Not dead
What?
yet.
What's not
See-
that? Sorry.
Star is Born.
Stars. Yeah.
Oh,
It's if you look at the guild nominations, it's been like dominating in it's gotten every nomination in the guilds. Every nomination. Like literally there's nothing that it's missed. It's gone from Cinema Audio Society up until in WGA, like all the way in between. Speaking of guild stuff, Abe, you still have that costume thing up?
Yes, of course.
You don't have it up, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I'm about to say you're being sarcastic and be like, sure.
That sounded very sarcastic.
It's the
Okay.
CDPA 21st Costume Designers Guild Awards.
What do we got?
2019 final nominee list. Excellence in contemporary film. It's A Star Is Born. Do you want me to name the costume designers?
We appreciate all you work you've done, costume designers. We're running low on time.
Okay.
Abe, just say the names.
A Star Is Born, Crazy Rich Asians, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, Red Sparrow, That Movie Sucks, Ocean's 8, and Widows. Excellence in period film. Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody. The Favorite, Mary Poppins Returns, and Mary Queen of Scots. And excellence in sci-fi fantasy film. Disney and Aquaman. Because there's 4 Disney nominees. Avengers Infinity War, Black Panther, The Nutcracker in the Four Realms, and A Wrinkle in Time.
And then
So it's Disney and Aquaman.
Oh yeah, Wrinkle in Time came out this year. I forgot about that.
Yeah. A lot of people hated it. I don't know. I don't like it that
fine.
much either. But
It's not.
I mean, I've never seen either of them, but from what I've seen in the trailers, the costumes look good.
No.
oh yeah. And
I mean,
same in the
I
Nutcracker,
don't have
like-
a problem with them in there. It's if they get nominated for an Oscar and win is the other thing, like Suicide Squad.
True.
You know
Let's
what?
not go there
You know what
yet.
costumes I want to put out like an FYC for, and everyone it should win everything. Simple Favor.
Oh yeah. Those are some
Good
pretty great costumes.
costumes. Yep.
Really
I
great
mean, if
costumes.
you nominated A Star Is Born for contemporary film, and Mamma Mia costumes are great. Like, why don't you nominate us? Well, it's because Lionsgate is not campaigning for it.
Is it not? They're not doing anything.
Yeah. Don't you think it would have gotten a Globe nomination? Like, just to have Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick in it if they were campaigning for it.
I mean, it's probably a case of Lionsgate are probably like our competition is probably going to be Black Panther. Like, even if we get nominated, it's probably not going to win against that.
Yeah, but you still have like Blu-rays, like for or whatever it's in 10 years. Academy Award nominee for small letters. A Simple Favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing Lionsgate is, let me just make sure they actually have this movie. The only thing Lionsgate is campaigning is Ben is back.
Which is doing a lot of damage this award season.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
Julia Roberts is gonna steal that Oscar from. It's a Julia Roberts movie, right?
Lucas Hedges is gonna come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Never mind that he was in Boy Erased.
I was about to say.
Poor Boy Erased. That was that kind of faded.
Movie.
That was
I
fun.
did. I was to say.
It's solid.
Yeah. Well, I was actually also. I had just mentioned the Cinema Audio Society, so I'm trying to find that right now, but I am somehow not finding it, and now I am sad.
I'll find it.
Because wait, I found it. Thank you, Deadline. All right, this mentioned the Cinema Audio Society. It awards, sound mixing in particular, not sound editing. There's a difference. We'll get into one day why the difference is, but there is a difference. Motion picture live action, A Quiet Place, of course. Star is Born, of course. Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, and First Man.
Sure.
So
good.
A very good, solid list. Not too surprising. And for animated, Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, Ralph Breaks the Internet, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and Ryan's favorite, The Grinch.
Such a decent movie. I actually didn't hate The Grinch.
Yeah.
I think people pointed out Roma missed the Cinema Audio Society. That's
I don't really remember the sound for Roma though. Like it's not like
it has
a lot of water. A lot of water.
It's not a very sound movie.
No. It's not very soundy. That makes sense.
I thought a lot of the ocean, a lot of the water swooshing.
Yeah. But I mean like I think
guess.
of the sound of First Man, and that's when I'm like, that
I think of the sound and lack thereof of A Quiet Place. I feel like that should win a sound award.
Yeah, that should win.
well that needs at least that's getting nominated for like sound everywhere. all the sound because that sound is immaculate.
It's true. What is it? It's editing, right? The way they create the sounds. Sound
Oh,
editing.
are we gonna
Yes.
have this? What's the difference between like I still don't know mixing and editing?
Okay,
We can do
okay,
a full episode on that at some point.
yes, but another time. That's a good question for another time.
I'll hit you guys with the DGAs.
Yes, DGAs. Wait, Ryan, do you have the DGAs up?
I do.
Would you like to go to that?
Yeah. So I'll do the first time feature films first.
Do it.
So first we had Bo Burnham for 8th grade.
Okay,
Bradley Cooper for A Star Is Born.
he's winning.
Carlos Lopez Estrada from Blind Spotting.
Great movie.
That is
Matthew Heineman from A Private War. And Boots Riley for Sorry to Bother You.
Nice.
that is some great directorial debut.
It's an interesting crew, to be sure.
It's one that's kind of look, and I'm like, that's very eclectic. Well done, guys, for like finding. But apparently, like does that mean only people who directed feature films, first time feature film, or first time like in general directing? Like,
No, first time feature film.
The category is called first time feature film.
okay,
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure you said feature film because I didn't
Carlos
recall that.
Lopez Estrada is a music director. Music video director.
Isn't that also Boots Riley's thing?
I don't know.
Mm,
I go Carlos Lopez Estrada because he's Mexican.
there you go.
I was gonna say where's Krasinski, but I keep forgetting he directed The Hollers.
Same.
And something else, but
Yeah, and brief interviews with hideous men, but I don't know if that's a full.
Uh,
Yeah, it
is
is.
that
It is a full movie. Okay.
Well, no one remembers.
From
And then-
2009.
in the big category, the one that
Yeah.
everyone cares about, the feature film nominees, we have Bradley Cooper for A Star Is Born. We have Alfonso Cuarón for Roma. We have, and I'm going to say this the way the Critics' Choice said this because I'm not sure if I've been saying this guy's name wrong the whole
Wait,
time.
what?
Peter Farrelly.
They said it
Wait.
wrong. They said it wrong. I'm confident they said it wrong. It's the Farrelly brothers. No one.
I was about to
said
say because my sister's name is Farrell, and I'm pretty sure it's spelled the exact same way minus the Y, so it's Farrelly is what I saw it. So.
Yeah, it's not like there's one less L. How do you spell? There's 2 R's, 2 L's, or what is it?
Yeah, there's 2 R's.
2 R's, 2 L's, and then a Y at the end.
Yeah, I don't think.
It's Farrelly is what I'm
Yeah, I
pretty
think
sure,
they
not
got it
Farley.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, anyways, that's how they pronounced it in there.
Okay, well, they're wrong.
Pre-roll thing.
We'll find out in the future.
Spike Lee for Black Klansman.
Mhm.
And Adam McKay for Vice.
Yeah.
Mm.
So this is a pretty typical crew.
Except for the fact that Yorgos missed.
Yes.
Is that really that uncommon?
It's not like shocking, but I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah.
I expected more from the DGA. I don't know why. This is like maybe something not so. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too maybe I'm getting too artsy for my own good. But I expected them like if you have someone like Coron, if you have someone like I guess Cooper is still not the best, or Lee. I feel like you might have had a Lanthimos in there.
Mhm.
I don't know if that feels right instead of a Farrelly.
Mhm.
Because the direction of Green Book is nothing special. Nothing special
They should have
whatsoever.
had a Barry Jenkins in there, but yeah.
Amen to that. Should have had Chazelle in there.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Yeah,
Like at
Those are-
least I was having this discussion with someone else. Like at least like McKay, there's like you could tell that's McKay. Like
It's
there's
yeah, okay.
distinct direction.
For better or
Green
for
Book is
worse.
Green Book's just like this like safe, just like anyone could direct it. Like, and I just don't think that deserves like a nomination.
Do you
Yeah.
think do you think Beale Street can pull a Phantom Thread and be like the weird one at the Academy?
no.
No.
The thing I'm. What were you gonna say?
What I was gonna say is that I think First Man could be that.
To
Because
be the,
I was
to be the weird thing the Academy likes.
I'm
like
gonna-
out of nowhere, because I currently have getting 10 nominations right now. It's gonna destroy below the line. Like me
Wow.
and Abe were
I might
talking
have
about
it-
that.
I might have it that high also. But what I'm hearing, I saw this post in like a Facebook group, and I kind of agreed. People are saying not like 10 nominations, but Cold War could be something that gets like multiple nominations.
That's
Cinematography.
yes, no,
And-
that and foreign film are like
People also kind of think director might happen,
No way, Jose.
and I think there was something else.
I mean, I'm sure Cold War got cinematography and some one of the other award nominations.
It got it. It got nominated for cinematography for what's the cinematography? The American Cinematography Society or Cinematographer Society. I'm not sure the correct pronunciation, but
BAFTA.
yeah, it got nominated there, which was a big shock. So it has some love, and there's a possibility for that to get in. But outside of those two, man, I'm not sure.
Didn't Powell, however you say his name, didn't he get in somewhere else? I feel. I saw
Because, well, I
look.
somewhere I think. I think that like
his
whatchamacallit, but like last year, and I mean maybe like it's always a bad thing to use previous years as predictors,
Mhm.
but like Martin McDonagh was everywhere in
Mhm.
the director's race, and then he just wasn't in the Academy.
Yeah.
It's like, interesting. So,
There's always that one person that comes out of nowhere that I
and
think
last
of
year
like.
and it always seems to be for an established director or someone that they they like.
Yeah.
More. but the people that they like are the ones currently like getting
But
nominated.
I think that an Adam McKay or a Peter Farrelly are the two that are kind of, I don't know, like I don't think they're safe.
No, exactly. You have
Yeah.
three safe ones in Cooper, Quaron, and Lee, and then
Yeah.
throw a dart.
And by the way, what Powell, I was thinking he got a BAFTA director nomination.
Which I was just about to go into, guys, because we are talking about the BAFTA nominations,
Woohoo!
Which were very interesting. I'm gonna do a quick. Do I dare? I'll let you guys know the total about some nominations because some were utterly shocking, and some were just kind of like gave me the biggest eyebrow raise, and some of them gave me my heart leapt 1,000 times into the air, and then some of them made it crash into the ground. So it was a whirlpool of emotions. But we're gonna go through the very bottom. We're gonna start with the Rising Star, and I want you guys to vote for who would you give this Rising Star award to because it's voted by the public. All right. So, Jessie Buckley, who is that?
She is in, let's see.
She is in something called I'd Do Anything.
That's from 2008 though.
That's literally all that I've.
But what's she in from this year? From 2018.
Beast.
Oh, okay.
But that's from 2017.
I see people ranking it 2018 though, but I don't know. Oh, but also it'd probably go by UK release dates. So.
Yep, UK. It premiered at TIFF 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we've never gotten that before. Cynthia Erivo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's who I'd give it to.
It's a good pick.
That's a great pick.
Who is that?
She was in Widows and
Bad Times at the El Royale.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Oh, she's great.
And now she runs in a lot of her movies.
Oh,
I think she ran in both.
Can we talk about how amazing her run is?
Yeah,
in Widows.
Widows, yeah.
Do you guys pay attention to that, or was it just me being impressed?
Yeah.
It was not just.
No, it's good.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna butcher his name. He's an Irish actor, Barry Keoghan. Okay, Keoghan. I'm terrible with names, to be honest.
No, he had Killing the Sacred Deer. That's the year before. I don't.
Yeah, that was the year before. He had Dunkirk and Killing of Sacred Deer last year.
I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
What was he even in this year?
American Animals.
But
that's this year. But he already had things though. It's like
this is not his year.
Well, they didn't have to say it had to be the first thing they ever did.
I know, but he's already had like things like actual like. It'd be like honestly, it'd be like nominating like it's not on a smaller level, on a bigger level, I guess. It'd be nominating like Chalamet this year because he had Beautiful Boy, even though he had Come to My Name the previous year.
I mean, he may have not have been sort of nominated last year, and with American Animals, like they probably saw fit to nominate him this year. I don't know.
I'm not sure the process about like, the BAFTA acknowledges new talent in the acting category.
Yeah.
And then they are. Despite the nominees being chosen by the BAFTA juries, the winner is chosen entirely by the public via text, internet, or phone. The first winner was James McAvoy, 2006. Good pick. Good
I
pick.
gotta see
And
these
then
previous winners.
the last two is Lakeith Stanfield, which I'm shocked because hasn't he done a lot?
Yeah.
I mean, he was in Get Out.
and he was in whatchamacallit, Death Note. He was in.
I guess
He was in.
I guess this is like a big role. I guess this is a bigger role.
Yeah, but
What
he
was
was in
the-
Short Term 12. He was in Selma. He was in Straight Outta Compton. He was in
Yeah.
Snowden, Purge, Anarchy, Dope, Get Out, and Death. Yeah, girl. The only thing he had this year was Sorry to Bother You,
Honestly, Elsie Fisher should just win this award.
but she's not even
She's
nominated.
I know exactly.
And then the other person we have is Letitia.
Letitia.
Letitia. Right.
Letitia.
Man, why have I been cursed with this inability to pronounce names?
She's in the most popular movie.
and she's winning. She's in Black Panther
Yeah, and Avengers Infinity War for like
and Avengers.
1 second.
Oh, too soon.
Oh, but she's also in Black Mirror, Black
Yeah.
Museum. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just need to see that episode. Right now, I think it's either going to be. Yeah, no, it's going to be right.
Letitia.
It should be Arrivo though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Should be Arrivo. At
Perhaps.
least from what we have for this year. If we're going only by this year, or
Yeah.
Arrivo for me.
Yeah.
Best short film.
Best British short film.
Mm.
Oh,
No, we don't care.
excuse me. Okay, best short animation. Cool. Sorry
Oh, we-
guys, we don't.
We should predict that though. What if we're right?
Well, we'll predict it when that gets time to that. But best animated film. Here we go.
Yeah.
Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So
Come on, Spider-Verse. I want that so bad.
at this
I
point,
think that's winning.
Yeah.
After-
On the whole season.
we will see how PGA, Annie's, and all that stuff starts to do. But best film not in the English language:
Mhm.
Capernaum, Cold War, Dogman, Roma, and Shoplifters.
Yeah, it's Roma.
Roma.
I'm about to say, yeah, this is
In any other year, it might be Cold War.
No Love for Burning.
no, that's true. But you know, you can't have 5 for 5 every. Because those have been
Yeah.
like the 5. Take out Dogman, replace it with Burning. Those have been like the 5 that have most appeared.
Exactly.
Has anyone heard of Dogman? Like, what is Dogman?
I have not
No.
heard of Dogman.
Sounds like a guy who's a dog. But it's like a superhero.
But what I'm curious about is why don't the BAFTAs just call it best foreign film rather than going like the
Because
longer-
Best film. Well, yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't know. But
off-
they're just, I don't know. They're
Yeah.
English.
what's it called? Off topic. Dogman is a book series created by the writer of Captain Underpants.
Huh.
I just
Well,
looked, and also a short film, but
That's
not
a
the
thing.
same thing.
all right.
Yeah, it was selected for the Italian entry for Best Foreign Language Film at the Academy Awards, but it was not selected in the shortlist, so
Mm.
that's why we haven't seen it showing up. Best Editing. Abe, you sitting down?
What?
You sitting
Uh-huh.
down for Best Editing? No,
Yes.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Ugh. Ugh.
The
Yeah.
Favorite, First Man,
Yeah.
Roma, and Vice. So we have all that.
First Man has
Uh,
been in everything. I'm so excited. about
It is.
It's such a weird film to get like a gauge on of how it's gonna perform. Like
I
on
know.
All right.
Because it's like destroying critics. It's destroying below the line. But anyway, Best Makeup and Hair,
Mhm.
Bohemian Rhapsody,
Uh.
The Favorite,
Mm,
Mary Queen of Scots,
mm,
Stan and Ollie,
mm,
and Vice.
mm.
So
That's
Okay.
Vice. Like if
Yeah.
you go like, I think. Do you guys agree Vice is winning best
Yeah.
makeup like in the Oscars because
At
it's what
this
they
point.
do every single year. Like,
I mean,
the actor
I
that
mean,
has the makeup
if
on.
Stan and Ali weren't there, I'd probably say it would be Vice, but Stan and Ali could give it a fight
because
because the way but just look at the picture of John C. Riley, like he's not recognizable.
yeah, let's also not forget they kind of liked this movie, Stan and Ollie, more so than I thought they would. But at this point, with the narrative and how kind of good it is, you know, Vice.
I think Vice is taking this, although I agree because I was watching. Stan and Ollie's now in the pre-roll clip at my movie theater, And
nice.
like you're watching John C. Reilly like sit there and talk, and he's he's not super fat. And then you see the clips from Stan and Ollie, like the way that they did that prosthetic is just amazing. And like he didn't have to get fat like Christian Bale did. So I think it's a lot more impressive. But
that's very true. If it'll come out somewhere near me,
it should.
I'd see it
in theory.
All right. I'm holding you to that. Best costume design: The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Okay. Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Mary Poppins Returns, and Mary Queen of Scots. Not surprised for most of them, except The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
It also got a stunt ensemble at the SAG for what it's worth. Maybe people like the movie. I haven't seen it.
It's good. So I don't know.
I mean,
It's good
it's probably going to be one of the period pieces. To maybe because I like the costuming in the other three. I always find it for me to get the period outfits correct is more impressive to me than sort of the actual
modern type stuff, like contemporary. Yeah, no, because usually you put a lot more time and effort into creating those, other pieces. Because that's why you have Mary Queen of Scots and The Favorite there.
I mean, on the other hand, the recreating the costumes for Bohemian Rhapsody was pretty impressive as well. So I mean,
no, that's actually very true. I did not think about that. They had to recreate, especially like something like Live Aid, had to make sure they were onto a T. Best special visual effects: Avengers: Infinity War, Black Panther, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Okay, fun fact. I'll continue.
Sure.
First Man and Ready Player One. That rounds out the 5. Fun fact: the Fantastic Beast or the Harry Potter Wizarding World, whatever the series is, has always been nominated for visual effects at the BAFTA. BAFTA's always been nominated.
British
since
homerism.
since Philosopher's Stone and Chamber of Secrets, all that era up until now.
That's all the British homerism.
No, and that's only translated from Prisoner of Azkaban and then the 2 Deathly Hallows for the Oscars. So don't expect that.
I mean, BAFTA's lined up with the Oscars 5 of the last 6 years in visual effects, besides for Ex Machina.
Yeah, so
maybe the winner of that one.
At this point,
I do like the visual effects in Fantastic Beasts, but even though I don't think it deserves to win, Black Panther's probably going to take it out.
And then it'll probably take the Oscar.
I'd much rather see anything else win, but at this point, with Black Panther taking visual effects everywhere.
But speaking of Black Panther, this is the only Oscar. Oscar. BAFTA they got nominated for. Only BAFTA.
Besides for Letitia, I guess, but that's not the film.
That doesn't really count because it's more the It's more of the actress herself and the representation of the film.
True.
But that is the only thing that has been nominated. I'll get into more like statistics a little bit, but that's the only one I was nominated for, and I was shocked. That could be indicative of like
maybe
something greater at large.
Is, like, let's be honest, the nominations for Black Panther, it's because it's a movement, if you could call it like that. It's more of popularity and what it meant for the Black community in the United States than its actual quality. Like most of the Oscars movies are like that. Like they usually have like a campaign of something, like a narrative, and that's the narrative Black Panther is taking, and it just doesn't. Like,
stick.
I mean, the other one is if the BAFTAs have the best picture, which we'll get to later, at 10, I think Black Panther may have slipped in there too if it was a maximum of 10 nominees that they have, but they're still only in the 5. So
what do we think about this possibility of this repeating with like Oscars? Is that a possibility, or do you think that it's already too late and it's getting a picture nomination?
I think Panther's getting in a picture.
Yeah, after PGA and everything, like a lot.
And I got in SAG. I got it. Yeah.
I
This
still
is more
wouldn't
just
be
like-
surprised if it wins Best Picture. I'm telling you.
I mean, I think it depends on how
bold.
many.
It's bold, Abe.
I'd think it depends on how many Best Picture nominations they decide to go with, because if it's at least 8 or 9, then I think it may. If it's 9 or 10, I think it's may slide in. But if it's just going to be like 8 or less, I don't know if we'll get in.
I mean, I just looked this up. Get Out only got 2 noms at BAFTA, but it got everywhere else. Like it wasn't like it was getting in.
Yeah, it got. Yeah, this is Black Panther missed because it missed in areas you would think it would get in, like below the line. Wait, what did Get Out get in? Besides,
Get Out got in at BAFTA. For BAFTA, Kaluuya got in because and Peel got in for screen.
Okay. Those are the okay. That's what I figured it would be.
Like it missed director at BAFTA, it missed film at BAFTA, like, but it still got in at the at the Oscar.
That's true.
So I honestly think it's about like that kind. So yeah, Panther's in for Victor. It's not winning. It was never winning, but
Best production design: Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, The Favorite, First Man, Mary Poppins Returns, and Roma. Nice, good. I've not seen Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald. Does that deserve to be in, guys?
I really like it, and I think it does.
I mean, for production design, yeah, because the sets are all like for all the Harry Potters, the sets have always been amazing. So,
I mean,
But
it's
like,
nothing
but
new,
the thing is, it's
well
only
done.
as good as like any other big budget movie. Like, you know, it's fine. It's like perfectly fine. Like, I mean, I don't know. You could pick any huge budget movie and get that right. Like, you can't tell me that the production design in Fantastic Beasts is any better than the production design in, like, I don't know, Solo. Like, it's the same. Just kind of, we had a lot of money and we spent and made really nice things. That's
Isn't that a movie? Like a budget? Isn't that a blockbuster though?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
That sounds familiar. I think this is more like indicative of First Man than anything else. Roma and First Man specifically, because you wouldn't think these would go in. But I heard like Roma, they literally made that entire set by hand.
Yeah, and when you see the interviews with Cuarón and the people, like, that's something they repeat every single time. Like, they're putting it in your hill. We rebuilt the entire Mexico City in the 70s when they were in there. You know, like, they're campaigning. It's like Lady Gaga with the 99 people, and just a broken record.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's although if it's a broken record, they've done a good job of not making it seem like it's such, because that's something I feel like, oh yeah, I remember that, and not like, oh yeah, let's make a joke out of it at the Golden Globes.
But hey, there could be 99 people in a room and one person
only, and that is Alfonso. Oh no, okay, wrong one. Best sound: Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, Mission Impossible Fallout. Very happy about that. A Quiet Place and A Star Is Born.
I like it.
I can see this being like a sound 5 category, and
I'm into it.
Yeah, solid list.
I mean, I hope Bohemian doesn't get in, gets in as least amount of Oscar noms as it can at the Oscars.
That's true. I mean, I'm not opposed to the sound. The sound was like, done mixed well.
I know. I just
have
don't.
it getting nominated. Like,
I just don't. I don't want it at all.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
I don't want it either, but like,
whatever.
yeah, like,
I mean, what I can see is like First Man, Quiet Place, Star Wars One, maybe Fallout is probably the 4 that ends up in both. But I think Bohemian might be in sound mixing, but there might be something different for sound editing in that spot.
Yeah, like Black Panther missed sound.
That's true. It could also, like, I can see this getting into like mixing wise, and then like maybe exchange between Rhapsody for like maybe a Roma or a Black Panther.
Yeah, and like
that's a possibility.
Also, Poppins missed sound, and that kind of I like wonder why Poppins did kind of bad at BAFTA. I mean, it got in 3 places.
Yeah, We'll get into that in a second.
Yeah.
Best original music: Black Klansman, If
Nice.
Beale Street Could Talk, Isle of Dogs, Mary Poppins Returns, and A Star Was Born. No First Man, but First Man's appearing everywhere else.
Mhm.
Go figure.
That's
Yeah.
a weird name for that category.
Original,
Best
yeah.
original music.
Because on Gold Derby it lists that score, and I'm like, Stars Born doesn't really have like a. I mean, it has a
Yeah.
score. It's not like it's not a score in the sense of like La La Land, where like there's characters dancing to music. Like,
No, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
so I don't know if it's score or if it's like.
I
song
mean, I
slash-
think they sort of look at the overall sort of
It's a-
song
yeah.
and score
Yeah.
combined.
It's like a score
'Cause-
slash soundtrack category.
True, because
basically.
they don't have an original song as the Oscars do. So
No,
Okay, so it's like score slash sound. Yeah. Okay.
I'm positive it's a possibility.
Sure.
Yeah. Outside of maybe putting in First Man with something else, that could also be our Oscars. Best documentary: Free Solo, McQueen, RBG, They Shall Not Grow Old, which I keep seeing trailers for in the cinema, and 3 Identical Strangers. No, won't you be my neighbor?
Nope.
Yeah, but let's this is another thing. Like, this is a Brit, like, Mr. Rogers is a very American phenomenon.
Very
And
true.
So I think that's where you're going to see a difference there. Like, Alexander McQueen, pretty British. Mr. Rogers, pretty American.
I mean, the other one is because it wasn't released in New Zealand. Won't You Be My Neighbor released in the UK?
I'll check.
Because that could be part of the reason it missed out too. It just wasn't released, sort of all around.
I'm checking.
I didn't think about that.
Won't You Be My Neighbor was released in the UK November 9th, 2018.
Oh.
Yeah.
But seeing Peter Jackson in the documentary one makes me happy.
Which
I'm surprised. Whatchamacallit? I'm a little surprised. RBG made this list and not something else. Like, that seems like another very American phenomenon.
American, yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's like literally American politics.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's probably a case of from what I understand from Mr. Rogers, because I don't know because I never grew up with it. It is one that American people grew up with, so they probably don't have as much of a connection to Mr. Rogers, and they may have gone and thinking, well, this is fine, but they didn't have any connection watching it because of that reason.
I mean, is there any chance that RBG got in because Felicity Jones is on the basis of sex and she's British?
Or it could have been like, we've nominated the wrong one, guys.
Well, I think with Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I think she's well known everywhere for what she's done.
Yeah, but so is I don't see how Mr. Rogers. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Like,
No,
Ruth
Bader Ginsburg is much better known than Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, well, I mean,
crazy to think about.
It is like,
is it crazy?
It comes down to like people in the UK probably grew up with other kids shows and not Mr. Rogers themselves, so they didn't have that connection. And
I mean, I didn't grow up with Mr. Rogers, and that movie still grabs you by the end.
Yeah. I mean, that is true, but also like, and I was thinking, like, I knew who Mr. Rogers was way before I knew who Ruth Bader Ginsburg was. And like, I understand like the importance from a historical standpoint of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but just seeing like, if you grew up watching Mr. Rogers in America, more specifically, I understand if that wasn't the case across the seas, but in America, I'm just kind of like shocked at how that is, because he like defined a generation, but I guess she defined a generation as well too, in the sense of like, I guess like comparative, like what time you grew up is the big.
And she's all over the news today. That's probably the thing, is that that's
true. You're right.
Is that she's in the news.
Yeah.
Now.
And I mean, for me, sort of, I've known who Ruth Bader Ginsburg is since I was at school. I only knew Mr. Rogers existed until last year when they talked about this documentary coming out.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, Ryan, have you seen Free Solo yet?
No, it comes out on February 5th on
Okay.
VOD. I could go see it on my birthday, but I decided that I'm not going to put myself through that hell. And
Okay.
I'm very happy it's coming out on VOD, so I can watch it in the comfort of my own home, where I can still die of fear.
By the
I
way,
was about to say.
Free Solo has like a lot of crossover appeal, like more than Won't You Be My Neighbor. That's like the one movie everyone kept asking, like since they know that I like movies. That's like the one movie everyone kept asking me if I've seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's really good. It's very good.
I mean, I think and I think with the documentary, and I think with Won't You Be My Neighbor, maybe it missed out because of they should not grow up, because it's probably one of those documentaries that speaks to because it's with the war. I don't think America was involved in there, so but it definitely speaks to like Kiwis and UK and stuff.
We were involved, but not to the extent of later.
That's what. Well, I mean, you personally were involved, but a lot of
What are you talking about?
You were not involved at that time.
Are you sure I couldn't be ancient?
Well, no, not you. I mean, America was not involved at that time.
Yeah, at this time.
I really want to see that movie. Like, I'm very interested.
No, yeah, especially like the technique of how they see how it was colorized, and like you used like the addition of sound effects and voice acting they used to it to like evoke something seems fascinating, just from a like a technical standpoint.
It seems like a nice follow up to 5 Came Back.
Yeah.
Did Peter Jackson do that? Or?
I think he was involved, yeah, because he was the guy who was commenting on John Huston, I think.
I need to look into that. Well, while he's looking at that,
what was the question anyway?
I don't see anything having to do with 5 Came Back and Peter Jackson.
While we're looking into that,
maybe not.
Outstanding British film, which is exclusive only to the BAFTAs, because we don't have an outstanding American film.
It's all the movies.
We have Beast, which is the same movie that Jesse Buckley's in. So there you go.
Never mind.
Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, McQueen, Stan and Ollie, and one of my favorite nominations, You Were Never Really Here. I'm so glad that got some sort of attention and some sort of love, because Lynn Ramsey deserves that.
Oh no, I was thinking of a different. It's not. I'm going to correct myself. It was not Peter Jackson. I was confusing him with somebody who's nothing like Peter Jackson. So
wait, who was it?
I'm not even going to say. I'm not even going to go there.
Oh, well, moving on. Outstanding debut by a British writer, director, producer. I don't know who these people are. We're going to move from that one. Best cinematography, Bohemian Rhapsody, Cold War, The Favorite, First Man in Roma. Cold War making another appearance again outside of the ACA.
Telling you what's happening. It's gonna get more than one nom at the Oscars. Bold prediction.
No, I actually have the same prediction. I have it getting 2. Language and cinematography.
Okay.
So I'm.
Don't be shocked if director happens, or be shocked. It's up to you.
I will be shocked.
But going on here, your buzzing noise again. While we're at it, why don't I'll read off best, or we did just do best British film.
We skip it because we don't care about British.
Yeah, do the screenplay.
But we don't care about British film?
No, like Manning said it.
If he's going by wiki, do
We
screenplay.
don't care about outstanding debut by a British writer, director, producer, because we don't know who any of these people are, what movies they did.
Beast. I see Beast right there.
Oh, well, there you go. Unless we want to.
No.
Right, original screenplay. Cold War popping up again. The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, and Vice.
Cool. Are there any like Cold War? Yeah, Cold War are definitely getting a lot more love than I anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
How did Ida do for BAFTA?
Oh, Let me see.
Because he also did Ida, which also won the Academy Award that year.
Cinematography nom, foreign language win. At BAFTA.
At BAFTA.
I think that's also what it did at the Oscars.
Yeah, that's exactly what it did at the Oscars.
Yeah. Yeah. And thanks.
All right. Well, keep an eye on Cold War doing
Yeah.
some damage.
I mean, the thing is, what could be bumped out of the original race for Cold War to get in?
There's only 4 things in. Like, it's Roma, it's Green Book, it's Vice, it's Favorite, and then it could be anything.
I mean that
Panther.
isn't that adapted?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about writing. Oh, sorry, I was distracted.
Original.
Yeah.
Original.
It's stacked.
I mean,
stacked. But, yeah.
Honestly, you could put in like eighth grade.
Yeah, you could put in
first performed original.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that 8th grade it probably has the best chance. It's just like it's a different.
It is like in like the spot like the Big Sick probably is like it's gonna get that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
first reform too. You're right. That's probably.
I mean, the other one is could the critics' choice win for first film could sort of keep it in the conversation as well. So that could make things interesting.
I mean, I'm shocked Bohemian Rhapsody isn't in the original screenplay conversation. Like that's gonna maybe get a Best Picture nom.
Maybe they realized maybe the screenplay is not the best part of the movie.
I mean, with Bohemian Rhapsody, it's probably a case of like a lot of people probably think it was like, it's a biopic, so it's probably adapted from something.
It has to be.
But but as I said,
it's the same thing about Vice, but that's not adapted from anything. Or Green Book, like they're true stories, but they're not adapted from anything.
Another thing that's like worth pointing out is that the deadline for nomination voting for the Oscars is today.
Yeah, true. It just closed an hour ago.
When that, I mean, it would be hard for the critics' choice if it makes any difference at all to have made a difference because people would have had to wait until the 11th hour to vote.
Yeah, it did actually officially close like 2 hours ago. So yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, the critics definitely don't. At this point, every year is different depending on like the schedule, when things open, when things close, when awards are actually they happen at the same time.
Well,
but
the
given
Oscars
like
are early this year.
Yeah, they're earlier. Then they're going to be later next year. They're going to be earlier. Sorry, earlier next year. Is that starting next year or the year after?
Who knows?
Because I don't know. At this point, isn't popular film still a thing?
They might bring it back.
I mean, I think if they're going to bring it back, they'll probably make an announcement at the nominations if it's going to be a thing next year.
Oh my gosh! You know how early the Oscars are next year?
January
9th.
Oh wow! Wait, really?
Yeah. According to
supposed to watch all the movies in time.
I mean, I've gone through all the probable Best Picture nominees by now. I'm good.
They better release stuff on like a reasonable schedule
sooner now.
Oh no, that's not going to happen, Ryan.
Sad people.
That's
poor us.
Yeah.
These year's Best Pictures are like all studio movies, most of them.
Yeah. I mean, release things closer to the American release date for New Zealand.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
All right, moving on to Best Adapted Screenplay, because we did original, we're going to adapted. A Star is Born, Can You Ever Forgive Me, If Beale Street Could Talk, Black Klansman, and First Man. That is just that, right, ladies and gentlemen, is probably your Oscar 5 at this point.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm gonna say it. Wait, I need the 5 again. It's because I don't think First Man's getting in at adapted.
What do you think in its place?
I put Black Panther in its place.
I have to agree with Abby right here. I also don't have First Man.
That's how I can't. I don't have it getting into. I don't have Black Panther getting into picture unless it does something above the line.
I can't see them.
I don't think Coogler gets in for director.
If he didn't get in DGA, it wasn't happening.
So I think that's where they'll award it. They'll put him in. They'll put it in adapted.
I see that as a dark horse, like Black Panther, like, and First Man can switch out. I just have First Man. First Man's been like doing phenomenally well with the guilds. Not with apparently with SAG, obviously, but everything else and PGA. But that's currently like there is some love right there. And this, I don't know, BAFTA missing it gave me like I'm gonna see what the USC scripter that comes out tomorrow.
I mean, WGA went Black Panther and didn't go first, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot about WGA.
The actual Writers Guild, like that.
I don't know. After Logan did, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That script is not great. Okay.
Of what movie?
Black Panther.
I mean, are you telling me What Are Those isn't a great line of them quoting a 3-year-old Vine isn't
excellent writing?
Yeah, isn't great writing. It's almost as good as Greenbrook's writing with You People Love the Fried Chicken or whatever.
Well,
literally a line in the movie.
Well, they sold it, Vigo and Herschela. Anyway, moving on. Best Actress in a Supporting Role: Amy Adams, Vice; Claire Foy, First Man; Margot Robbie, Mary Queen of Scots; Emma Stone, and Rachel Weisz, The Favorite.
I think this is where Rachel Weisz wins, probably.
I agree with that.
I would be down for that. Totally be down for that.
It's possible.
Although, in saying that, I wouldn't be surprised if Claire Foy takes it as well.
I mean, Claire Foy should take it. Claire Foy's amazing.
Do
you think that Margot Robbie gets in that 5th spot for Mary Queen of Scots?
Yeah, the Oscars. I currently say no. I say it's Weisz, Stone, Adams, Foy, King.
I mean,
Stone, Adams, Foy, King
got nominated for something,
which is what the
See, there's currently a 6 now. The 6 different spots that are currently fighting for that, and we're gonna find out come Oscar morning which one is gonna. Is it Margot Robbie? Is it Claire Foy? Is it Regina King? Who's gonna be left off? Like, I think surprisingly, the Favorites girls are the most safe right now.
I still can't believe,
but neither of them are gonna win. I don't.
No,
I can't believe Emily Blunt missed for both this for A Quiet Place and Poppins.
Well, we'll get to that in a sec.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the SAG's nominated. Oh
yeah, the SAG's nominated her.
In both.
And
yeah, deservedly so. All right, Best Actor in a Supporting Role: Mahershala Ali, Green Book; Timothée Chalamet, Beautiful Boy; Adam Driver, Black Klansman; Richard E. Grant, Can You Forgive Me? Why is Sam Rockwell a thing for Vice? Like, seriously, that's a caricature in that movie.
Like,
everybody's a caricature in the movie.
It's like I know I'm a Steve Carell fanboy, but he really should be getting the awards love if either of them are.
I agree with that. If you give it to anyone, at least give it to someone who tried to give a good performance in that movie.
Role. He has it's not a 10-minute sketch.
I mean, I still want to think it's a typo. They meant to type Sam Elliott instead.
Yes. They meant to type. It must be Sam Elliott.
They meant to do that at the Globes also. Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. Why is that the Sam?
But hey, this might be the one award that Richard E. Grant wins.
It could be. Did Mahershala win for Moonlight?
BAFTA's Moonlight.
I mean, the other one.
Nominee. Who won that year then?
I just kind of feel like Mahershala is the default.
Dev Patel. Yeah, he's looking like a default. You're right.
Yeah.
Ryan.
I mean, the other one I'm wondering is, it's part of the reason why I think Claire Foy could win for the supporting is could the Britishness mean they'll get the win at the BAFTA?
You okay?
The Britishness.
The Britishness.
Who's the most British?
Well, I would say the person who's playing. I mean, and she's not British, but she's playing Queen Elizabeth I. So,
I mean,
for good old Queenie.
I agree with Ryan. We'll do the rest of it in this accents.
With her scabs.
I mean, your British accent is better than your Cockney accent. You tried to do the other way.
Okay, that's fair. I'll take it. Hey, that Cockney accent was supposed to be really bad because Lord knows that Dick Van Dyke didn't do a good one.
That was my favorite part of Mary Poppins. Lynn's
obvious British.
I loved it so much.
Oh yeah, it's great. Moving on to Best Actress in a Leading Role: Glenn Close, The Wife; Olivia Colman, The Favorite; Viola Davis, Widows. That was so random and so cool.
Yeah, I mean, 2 months ago, I had her predicted to win the Oscar until like September.
LOL. Lady Gaga, Star is Born, and Melissa McCarthy. Can you ever forgive me? No Emily Blunt for Mary Poppins Returns for a British film by a British actress in a British.
But I guess Coleman wins. I just wish Melissa McCarthy would win something.
I want to watch a movie. That movie hasn't opened near me.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think that maybe I think
Here's
that this is yeah. I mean, I could see Olivia Colman winning this one, but I think that this continues the race of the Glenn Close, Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Everyone
Although-
else is just window dressing for those two.
Yeah. Although I'm saying that, like, if Olivia Colman wins the BAFTA, does that sort of push make it a free horse race for the Oscars?
No.
It'll make it more interesting than if it was just Glenn Close winning all of them. I'll say that.
I mean, technically, she didn't solely win the Critics' Choice.
That's true, but that was like a freak of nature type of incident. That rarely happens. And then Best Actor in a Leading Role: Christian Bale, Vice; Bradley Cooper, Star is Born; Rami Malek, Bohemian Rhapsody; Viggo Mortensen, and Steve Coogan for Stan and Ollie. Okay.
I do want to say one thing because I didn't bring it up during the Critics' Choice. I think if Christian Bale was to win Best Actor at the Oscars, it would be the lowest reviewed movie to win Best Actor
ever.
I like Rotten Tomatoes. Once you get before like the 1940s, it might not be as reliable, but at least in the past like 40 years, 50 years,
I think that's conceivably possible.
I mean, I'm not. Wow.
64% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm still on that Bradley Cooper train of Best Actor because the Academy loves that guy, and he's gonna get like 3 nominations that night, and you don't give it to him once.
Yeah,
Alec
he
and
has done well in the past.
Yeah. Like Cooper has the movie that people like. People don't really like Vice or Bohemian. I mean, I guess they do.
Well, the 2 times where either Rami Malek has won an award and then Christian Bale has won an award, both the times have been for things that don't really matter in the end. They only change perception. They don't have any bearing whatsoever to actually cross over.
We'll see who wins SAG, but
SAG will be.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. But right now, Bale has that momentum because...
Although the Academy has liked Bradley Cooper more than like SAG has.
Yes.
Speaking of SAG, Vice would become the 3rd movie ever to win multiple SAGs and not have an ensemble now.
Oh.
If Adams joining like Aaron Brockovich and As Good as It Gets.
Yeah, but I don't think Amy Adams is going to win.
You don't think Amy Adams is going to win? I think she's like
Whatever.
Like after Regina missed, like Amy Adams is such a like front runner. Yeah.
I'm with Ryan. There is no clear front runner right now.
I think it's easily her. But we'll see.
I know it could be she could totally win that, but after like I don't know. I was thinking that once like, Regina King missed out, she wasn't going to win anything else. She's already won Critics and Golden Globes, and while it doesn't have any bearing, it shows that there is like love for her. And Amy Adams herself, I guess, might be the second to fall if Regina King's not showing up, but we'll see.
Yeah, currently the lowest reviewed movie to win Best Picture is The Broadway Melody.
Well, not Best Picture. I'm just saying Best Actor.
I know, but
okay.
I think there's like only 2-3 voting, right? Like Tom Jones, Out of Africa, and that. I think those are the only 3 voting.
Did Out of Africa win?
Yeah.
Ew.
1985.
That movie is.
I've never seen it.
That's with Humphrey Bogart, right?
No, Out of Africa is with Robert Redford.
Robert Redford, I think Meryl Streep's in there as well.
What's that one? I'm sorry, African Queen. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of that movie is boring.
That also won Best Picture. But
ew.
African Queen didn't win.
Out of Africa beat Color Purple, Witness, Prizzy's Honor, and Kiss of a Spider Woman. I don't know what should have won, but
yeah,
all right. Okay, last 2 of the night.
Pollack, if I'm not mistaken, director.
Best Director: Bradley Cooper, Star is Born; Alfonso Cuarón, Roma; Yorgos Lanthimos, The Favorite, Spike Lee, Black Klansman, and Paweł Palinowski, Cold War.
Pawlowski. Pavel.
Yeah. Pavel. It's a W.
Pawlikowski.
Pavel Pawlikowski. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't pronounce W's, really?
I guess it's like Rachel
It's
Weisz.
Germanic.
Yeah.
They're V's.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just looks like a W because, you know.
I'm just thinking his last name. I'm just thinking Mike Wazowski. I see the Owski part, and my
Well,
brain.
there is the out. The German languages are weird. Okay.
I mean,
Eastern Europe.
I
It's technically
I'll call him
Russian, but like
I'm just gonna call him Mike
Polish.
Wazowski.
But I see the Elski pan and figure Mike Kalinowski. So
There you go.
Can we all agree it's Cuarón somewhere?
Yeah, he's gonna win.
I mean,
yeah. I mean, this is the Alfonso Cuarón show.
Yeah.
So
everyone's just happy to be players in this game.
little song and dance. Just have like a little band.
We'll have like you'll have like Bradley Cooper. I would say he's a guitarist after you know, and then you have Yorgos Lanthimos. He seems like a drum guy, right?
yeah. I mean, in saying that, with the BAFTAs, could it be with Cold War getting in, and could it be a surprise and Cold War takes it out?
No,
No.
I think it's just a fifth spot. It's filling space.
It's the fifth spot. The BAFTAs were like, nah, not having the Screen Book, not having Vice.
Yeah, I
So,
say this is a lot more interesting. Best Director. I will not lie. This is a lot more interesting than DGA.
Yeah.
And then finally, Best Film: Black Klansman, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, and A Star Is Born.
Yeah, favorite's gonna win, I think.
I don't think Roma win that one. I think
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say-
I think favorite's winning.
Poor Quaron will always have his movie split.
Yeah.
And every chance he gets. Wait, did 12 Years a Slave or Gravity win at the
12
BAFTAs?
Years a Slave won best. Oh, at the BAFTAs.
Yeah.
12 Years a Slave won every single.
Yeah, 12 Years a Slave won BAFTA.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it was
won-
split throughout the entire year.
The entire race was split. Well, PGA was like split.
It was literally split.
Yeah, but like
Actually, I was gonna like do I think I forgot exactly what Gravity did win. Let me pull it up. I had I actually had this to see like what all the guilds did before the Oscars, and Microsoft Word is not working.
While I was looking at that, yeah, these 5 have been like your typical, like these are like your 5 front runners, if you will.
I mean, these are definitely going to be nominated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that year, Globes, Critics' Choice, both went 12 Years a Slave. 12 Years a Slave and Gravity tied for PGA.
Mm-hmm.
SAG went American Hustle, DGA went Gravity, and then BAFTA and Oscar were 12 Years a Slave.
I mean
It
because
was a fun year.
Saga is like all the cast was nominated,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that made sense, I guess, because it was the flashiest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All right. Now that we have gotten through all of the nominations, I'm going to show you guys like who received the most nominations. Can you guys guess? You probably know what it is.
favorite, was it?
First Man or favorite.
Let's say no. It was the Favorite with 12 nominations, which is crazy. But in second place, a 4-way tie with 7 is the next one. Star is Born, Bohemian Rhapsody, Roma, and First Man all got 7 nominations.
Huh.
So go figure. First Man,
Not bad. Not bad.
yeah, not bad at all. I mean, this was kind of like a nice little resurgence because people can remember it now.
Feather in the cap.
Yeah, and I'd be like, hey guys, we exist.
I mean, I think BAFTA likes Chazelle. Like Whiplash won 3 awards at BAFTA.
I'm about to say they like him. They like him enough to just not nominate him in anywhere.
They like him enough.
Yeah, they just don't. Yeah, just no director or whatever. Oh no, he did get a director for Whiplash.
Yeah, I meant more like
For First Man.
And,
for First Man. Like
Yeah.
I thought if anything he could surprise and be like the Denis Villeneuve, like last year 2049 made it in. Like he could make First Man.
see, you're able to pronounce that name correctly.
Because I had practice. I have practiced that a lot in the mirror.
Well, almost correctly.
Denis Villeneuve? Is that not how I pronounce it?
Villeneuve.
Is it Villeneuve? Are you sure?
Oh,
Yeah.
Positive.
It's not Dennis. Mm.
It's not Dennis. I know that.
Denis Villeneuve.
Denis Villeneuve. It's not Villeneuve.
Of.
What am I saying? Oh, come on. Why does
This is Canadian French,
You're saying
man.
new.
no
not-
Villeneuve?
This is Hick French.
It's not Charlie Villanueva, a retired NBA basketball player. That's the only.
This is
Dennis
not-
Villeneuve.
Now you're speaking my language.
I mean,
Down here
don't
south,
feel,
Ryan.
I mean, don't feel bad, Manning. Even the people that read the nominations sometimes need pronunciation lessons. Let's not forget Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Or my favorite.
Lin-Manuel.
Yeah, I hate it. Manuel. No, I hate it. that much.
You guys remember when they Cheryl Isaac Boone said "dick poop," right?
Yes.
Classic.
Oh,
Or Hidden Fences. Michael Keaton at the Golden Globes.
wait, did they say that?
Yeah, he said Hidden Fences.
Francis, okay.
Hidden Fences.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah. Hidden Fences. What? So which one was that? I was like, Hidden Fences. Oh, Vice has a Vice a total of 6. Black Klansman has 5. Cold War has 4. Green Book has 4. Can You Forgive Me at 3. Mary Poppins Returns at 3. Mary Queen of Scots and Ollie also at 3. Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of Grindelwald, Beale Street, and Isle of Dogs both have 2.
Shame that Beale Street only has 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's low.
That's,
I don't know. I thought Fantastic Beasts was a shot for best British film.
that was. Wait, did it? Oh, you made me saying like, wait, did it? I was like, oh God, no, please no.
I mean, it wasn't, but
No, it wasn't. Now, I think if anything, looking at this BAFTA, to me, if anything, this helped First Man. I think also Bohemian Rhapsody the most. Like, this show wasn't just the Golden Globe fluke.
yeah.
Yeah, no one liked it.
But I mean, the other thing is, the controversy might affect it as well.
Well, yeah, and
I just don't think it's winning anything. Like, I think,
no,
I think we can see Bohemian Rhapsody get nominated for things. It's stupid, but whatever. But like, I just don't. I think it's gonna have the night it had at the Critics' Choice Awards. It's just gonna get shut out of everywhere.
Yeah, it's best case scenario is Malik wins.
yeah,
It's gonna get nominated, but then it's gonna be like,
I hope so.
it goes for the night because as I was saying, outside of Rami Malek, there is nothing that it could really win because wait, literally, what is it? What could it win?
I
Like,
mean, sound mixing if it gets nominated.
Like I know, but it's not. First Man's probably winning that, or Stars Born even.
like realistically, it would have to take
Malik.
something below the line. But like,
I think
Malik
Malik
is about it, 'cause they're not. The Academy is not giving that movie Best Picture.
No,
no way, no way.
That's all the think pieces that would have come afterwards. The torches and pitchforks.
I mean, the Globes didn't care about think pieces. They just want
No,
to.
they have the Golden Globes.
I mean, the other one is
Winning costume.
does this Green Book treat that's just resurfaced? Does that impact Green Book's chances at the Oscars?
I think Green Book is done.
So that came up like
Best
halfway
Picture.
through Oscar voting week, right? So that's the
Yes.
Yeah,
that's the question.
Oh,
We could say how much like controversies affect the Oscar voting because this reminds me, just like it's not the same category or anything. This just reminds me of the James Franco stuff that came up like midway through Oscar voting and he missed.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the line it pushes, but a lot of people were saying he wasn't like for sure getting in to begin with. But I think he was.
He wasn't for sure getting in, but if anything, I think he was the 5th guy in, regardless.
yeah.
yeah.
And then
Because I mean, a lot of people have been saying that if Franco would have gotten in Denzel's spot,
Yeah. Well, Denzel was like a really shitty movie. That
did
movie's
anyone
really
see
not
that
good.
movie anyway? Like,
Yeah,
I did.
I didn't see
well,
it.
I mean, like in general, like did anyone see like the populace see that movie? Because I
No.
feel like that was like
yeah.
flew under the radar.
They like Denzel. They nominated Denzel because
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do like Denzel.
And I mean, the other thing with the disaster is that it only got nominated in screenplay, and I don't
That's
think it won, to my knowledge.
it
Nope.
did not win Calling by Your Name.
Yeah.
I have a whole rant about how Disaster Artist should have gone in production design because that's such a good set. But whatever.
The set of how it
The
managed
room.
to do that.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think Disaster should have gotten more than what it should have because I love James Franco portrayal of Tommy because if putting them side by side, you will not know which is which.
I mean, if you look at like how he is now, you could tell, but it had to pick back then.
Yeah,
At least
It's a very good movie in any event.
Yeah. No, but yeah, well, we'll see when nominations are. Wow, guys, they're in
a week.
They're next week.
Yeah, they're next week, guys. They're early next week on the 22nd.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
22nd.
Oh my gosh.
So guys, be ready. It's going to be a crazy ride until we get there. Any last thoughts you guys have concerning BAFTA and what this means for any films in particular? Good or bad? What movies does this help? What movies does this hinder?
I don't know. I like following Ben's Oscar math because he probably has things about BAFTA. Does anyone else follow him?
No, but I say no. Who's Ben?
Ben's Oscar math. He works for like I think THR or something, and he basically does like how these other award shows affect the Oscars. And like I think he went like 20 for 21 last year minus the shorts in like predicting the Oscars just based on like what won previous years. Like he's really good.
And that's Ben's Oscar math?
Ben. Look it up on Twitter. Ben's out.
I'm doing that right now.
Yeah.
Ben is out? Wait, what?
No, I'm saying his last name is Zauzmer. Zauzmer.
There we go. Ben. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. I'm a Harvard applied math grad who writes for THR. So he's Harvard. He's from Harvard, guys. Okay. He uses his math-based Oscar Tony predictions. All right. Well, looking into that right now.
Yeah, he's really good at this. And he just has like weird stats and stuff. But...
Okay, so we have before we again move away from this, you guys have any other final thoughts?
Happy for First Man, sad for Beale Street Could Talk.
Yeah.
Overall, it's fine.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm liking these nominations. I'm really liking these nominations that BAFTA did. Some shocking ones, some shocking exclusions, some really cool inclusions. And this kind of cements, that this brings favorite back on track, and this kind of also helps out, I think, literally a lot of films that it's kind of needed and hinders like maybe a couple more. Abe or Malcolm, what about you guys?
Bohemian Rhapsody? No. That's the only thing I have to say after this episode. I still cannot believe it. It's hard to believe. I think about it every single day, honestly. Like, how can you like that movie like that? Like, if you want to write an essay about it, like, how it's not a best picture.
You should write a piece.
Yeah, but I say I'll give you a platform, and we will I'll let you read it out.
All I know is that BAFTA is good at predicting costume design and production design, so those are what I care about.
All right, and Malcolm, what do you have for the last minute stuff?
I don't really have any sort of last minute stuff this time around. So,
all right, and just for a sad stat, I'll let you guys all know. Moonlight was only nominated for 4 BAFTAs, and didn't even get in for director. So Jenkins is not, poor
if
guy.
anything, that's a good stat because that shows that you could still win the Oscar minus like BAFTA level.
You can.
I'm not dead yet.
He's not. That is the motto for this show. Tagline: I'm not dead yet.
For if Beale Street Could Talk.
Although, hey, it happened for First Man. Now it's definitely not dead. It's not dead yet. So
it got
have some
remembered.
hope. It did, and it's getting remembered by guilds, by BAFTA. We're looking good come Oscar morning.
What you're saying is Welcome Tomorrow and might still do well at the Oscar.
No. Moving on.
Nope.
That movie was weird.
Holmes and Watson for all the Razzies awards.
Wait, when are the Razzie nominations?
They're a day before the Oscar nominations, and the winners are a day before the Oscar winners.
Yeah, I knew the winners were the day before the Oscar winners.
Yeah, the nominations would it be Monday in that case?
Well, we'll have to be looking out for the Razzies too.
I'd say, yeah, we will definitely be doing that.
Wait, you want to make a Razzie prediction quickly on what wins? I say Gotti. It's Gotti, right?
Oh, wow. I mean, I need to see what's
haven't watched
nominated.
it. I haven't watched it, but I think it makes sense.
I need to
I
like
don't know.
I need to see what's nominated before I say yes. That's gonna be.
I say Gotti. I said
Yeah.
Gotti the second I saw it. It was
I mean, Gotti wasn't even released in New Zealand because of how terrible it was.
I mean, my sister watched it and said it was one of the best movies she has ever seen.
She needs to see more movies.
She needs to see way more movies. She watched.
I mean, I think I legitimately saw it in someone's best movies of 2018. It's, I can't remember who did it. It's like I looked at it as like I've
Like,
not
what-
seen that movie, but from what I've heard about it, I don't know how you can like it. But
In what world is that?
I mean, they did have shortlist last year, but I don't think they're having them this year. It doesn't look like.
I think I feel Pretty gets in. I think Red Sparrow gets in. I think Peppermint gets in.
Well, Peppermint wasn't horrible. I mean, it
I
probably
know,
will, but
terrible, Manny.
it was fine.
They're gonna nominate. What's the name?
I
of
love
the
how I
woman?
got us off topic.
So I don't know if this is valid or not, but there is somebody posted on a forum in Gold Derby.
It might be valid because they did that last year for the Razzie. Is this shortlists?
It's a shortlist for films that are under consideration for worst film of the year.
Okay, I think it might be accurate because someone did that last year.
All right, Ryan, go for it.
The list. It does not include Gotti, by the way. The 1517 to Paris.
No.
Oh, oof,
The Cloverfield Paradox.
oof.
Death Wish.
I'll watch it.
Jeez.
50 Shades Freed.
No.
Oh,
That movie's fun.
Forever My Girl.
wait, what? Looking this
Is
up.
it- Oh, I don't think this is right. I know what you're reading because this is from March 6th.
Yeah, this is. Oh, yeah, that's
These are just
early.
movies that came out within that time span that he's like might get in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's January to March.
Never
Okay.
mind.
I was about to say, well, those are some good contenders you have right there.
But I see Mute is on there. Maybe Mute gets stuff.
Some shitty movies.
yeah,
Oh, Mute was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, this whole thread is just people adding to it, saying like, "Oh, this got mixed reviews." Yeah,
I mean, I'll be
no, you're
I'll be
right.
disappointed if Cloverfield Paradox does not get any Razzie nominations.
Ugh.
It definitely deserves to get a lot of them.
I mean, yeah, that still might be one of my worst of the year. I love the first two Cloverfield movies, so this is not. Yeah, that was a disappointment.
Oh, that guy is directing a movie. I just saw it. He's directing a
Yeah.
big movie right now. I saw it in IMDb.
What movie?
He's directing Uncharted.
Oh yeah, just
Oh yeah, that came up today. The Uncharted thing.
yeah, well, there you go. Oh, speaking of movies coming out, well, it was just released. Mission Impossible, guys, having two movies filmed back to back, 2021, 2022, I believe.
And the general consensus seems people are disappointed that it's McQuarrie again.
I mean, I'll take it. I mean,
they like different directors in the Mission Impossible things, and now he's
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of people say that the switching up directors seems to have helped Mission Impossible. I don't know, but
but
different.
but Macquarie has done a fantastic job going from Rogue Nation to Fallout, so I am a-okay with that.
Like, who
I
would you
don't know.
take over?
I don't know. I've still got to see past Mission Impossible 1 yet.
What?
I've only seen Fallout, and I love it, but
I mean, I like Fallout a lot, like a lot, but it bummed me out that it was the same director. Like, I liked that Mission Impossible was like this weird franchise that had all these different, very auteur directors doing all sorts of very weird things.
That's fair, but Macquarie to me gave probably the two best. I'm like, okay,
No, Ghost Protocol is the best, but that's
well,
nor there.
see, to me, it's always been like it's kept getting better as it goes along, minus the two, which is like, go away.
I kind of like Mission Impossible 2 because again, it's so John Woo-y.
Oh man, that's too John Wooey. They got the slow mo with the.
You can never have too much woo.
and if we didn't have McQuarrie directing, Mission Impossible, we would have never had him writing Top Gun 2, and we would have never had that motion smoothing video.
Oh wait, did he
We
write?
could have had that motion smoothing video.
Is he writing Top Gun 2? Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
He did.
yeah. He's like, we're on the set of Top Gun 2, and here's my thing about motion smoothing.
Well, they did it. They did us a service by telling everyone about that because that needs to
My
be.
TV does not even have motion smoothing on it. I cannot turn it off.
If it doesn't, go watch that. I will link that video in the description just because.
That's the thing. I don't know.
But anyway, yeah, that is all we have time for. Next week, guys, we will be having our predictions all set up for you guys.
Can I actually
watch live?
Can I say one more thing?
Go ahead.
I just want to say, like, who would you want to direct a Mission Impossible movie that hasn't?
I mean, I'll be interested to see. I'll be interested to see what the Russo brothers can do with it.
Huh.
I'm trying to think of somebody interesting. Like, there's a lot of picks in my mind, but I'm just trying to pick someone interesng.
I'm just Googling.
I would not mind Quran taking a hand at it. No.
George Miller, just because.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, that would be cool.
That'd be a good pick.
I'm just.
I still want Quran to go to. I don't know. I still think that'd be really interesting and fresh for him to do.
Cuarón, like, another thing. I think Warner Bros. Is in Cuarón's table and said it direct one of the Fantastic Beasts movies. Get us in track again.
James
I
Wan.
don't think they're keeping David Yates.
Know what? After Widows, I'd like to see Steve McQueen.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good pick.
I see. Should I read off these 10 names quickly?
Sure.
This is someone's opinion. Edgar Wright, Steven Soderbergh, James Mangold, Doug Liman, Matthew Vaughn, George Miller, Joss Whedon, James Wan, Shane Black, and Gareth Evans.
Yeah, all good.
Sure. All right, we'll go with some of them. I'm not a fan of the Edgar Wright. I feel like that'd
make a cool Mission Impossible movie.
That would be so like tonally different though. Like
like Mission Impossible 2.
That's why
if Edgar Wright does what he did with Baby Driver when it comes to sort of action, because Baby Driver wasn't so much comedy, then it could be good. But I think if he goes the Shaun of the Dead route, then yeah.
I think James Wan could be good.
I agree. That would be a fun one to see.
Yeah, and Gareth Evans did the Raid movies and Apostle for those.
I thought you were talking about Gareth Edwards. Like, oh,
yeah, no,
he did that.
Yeah.
All right. That is what we have for the show for you guys so far. Next week we have the Oscar nominations all situated. BAFTA has come out, DGA has come out, PGA has come out. Next week also PGA is revealing their winners, so we will also have those, seeing what will be the new front runner we have by next week. So everyone be prepared to have your mind blown as we hit into the final bout of awards season right before the Oscar nominations come out January 22nd, bright and early. We'll be watching live with you guys, so be prepared for that. Come along, come chat with us. We're having a great time just watching and waiting for that to happen, because I'm assuming we'll be up. It's the Oscars. We'll all be up. That's for certain. So where can they all find you guys? Ryan, where can the good people find you?
You can find me everywhere there is to find a person at rmckenna19.
Short, sweet, to the point. I love it. Malcolm.
You can find me on Tape Free Productions, where I host Rankum every week. Next week is going to be Samuel Jackson movies. You can also find me on various trivia things, and also on Instagram, Letterboxd, and Stardust at Melkor.
And Abe.
You can find me on Twitter at AbrahamF25 and watch the Reactor Summit Top 10s, which I haven't finished edit the second one, but it's probably going to be up the same day this goes up. And that's it. Bye.
And Avi.
You can find me at SAKSKIDZ on Twitter, on most social medias, or my names, or you could just probably find me like walking on the street ranting about like Green Book and Bohemian Rhapsody being nominated places.
The person that's yelling, it'll either be Abe or it'll be Avi. You'll find out which one depending on your location.
Yeah. And hoping Beale Street gets more nominations. That's what I'm thinking about.
Quickly, before we go, Abe, favorite movie of the year so far? Or last year, I guess.
Last year? What?
Yes.
Yeah, starting point.
Ryan, favorite movie of 2018?
First Man.
Malcolm, favorite movie of 2018?
Star Wars Born.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. Avi, favorite movie of 2018?
Yeah, Ryan was Beale Street.
All right. And for mine, it is definitely Won't You Be My Neighbor. But since Ryan doesn't like doing docs, I might go First Man as well, too. So
Yeah.
We have that. We have that love. But all these are 3 great films. So, all great films. All right, and you can find me on Twitter at Cine_Man. That's CINE_MANN. You will find me here hosting Gone with the Wind, the show about award shows, and you'll find these wonderful people here all across the interwebs. Twitter, trying to be more active in there, trying to get more questions from you guys. So look for that later this week to start asking questions. Don't forget, we will be live next week instead of being regular, updated. But look for us on Monday where we will be live because Oscar predictions are coming up, guys. Be ready, be prepared. Have fun. So, I will bid thee all adieu for the BAFTA nomination section. And now this is the part where I have the outro, but I put some fancy British music, because this is the BAFTAs. Good night.